And hello to all my Sagittarius friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for April 2023. Now today, they have dialed up for my great Saggies a storyline spread. And a storyline spread is a great spread for general readings because it casts a very wide net across the entire sign of Sagittarius. We're going to be telling different stories for different Saggies, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5, if spirit is very chatty. Different stories for different Saggies, and the themes can be anything. They can all be different from each other, or there can be some similarities. Storyline is also great because there's going to be a story in here that is right for you. You may be able to have bits and pieces from the different stories make a lot of sense to you, but at the end of the day, our goal, our mission is to find that one story that is a home run for you. And we're going to do that here today, Sagittarius. Also going to conclude your reading with the runestone. That's going to tie the whole thing nicely together. They've asked that I conclude your reading with no extra spread at the end, so when that happens, that usually means that Sagittariuses are in pretty good shape. We just want to give them a little bit of information about their story and get them on their way. Or it means that the storyline spread is just going to be so massively large that we just need to devote all the time and resources to it. So we're going to find out right now, guys. The cards are already shuffled. I'm going to bring you in so you can watch. I like to share my table with you so you can see what is going on and what I'm working with. Hit the record button here. Up, phone is zonked out. I'm using a new temporary phone because my other phone pooped out on me. So hopefully we get this to work the same. I believe we are recording. So here we go. These are the ritual cuts. Basically, I cut each deck into thirds and put them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. It is the same procedure for personal private readings, so it's just like you're here with me now. Now, any storyline spread starts with 5 cards, and I expand out from there. So here are your first 5 cards, your base 5. And that is actually going to be our end. They're going to be short and sweet with you guys here today. So, that going back to what I said earlier about the storyline spread, you guys are pretty well off here. There's not a lot of major changes that need to go on in April, but there's going to be something that they're going to tell you in here. Now, I know this is my end because I got this gentleman here looking this way, so that brackets me off. That's given me a stop order from Spirit, so that's how we're going to do it. Now, I need to get the stories together as far as what goes where. This is one of those sets where there is no facing at all. I'm going to do a discard to see if they want it separated or together. And they want it together. So we're going to actually do 2 stories. This is going to be the shortest storyline spread I've ever done, guys. So it's going to look like this. I need more cards here just to describe this moon card because it's a major arcana. 2 different sets of stories. Very interesting. And then over here, we got the Hierophant card. That's our major here. So that also gets 2 cards attached to it. Grab 2. Those came in inverted. No people cards anywhere to be seen. So we're pretty much good to go. Now, the inverts here, we have 3 blocked. That's more than half. So we will do a discard there to see if Spirit wants to leave it that way or upright it. And then over here, good distribution. So let's just check this one. Do a discard. Spirit says they want it all upright. So that's what we're going to do. Order needs to stay the same. Very important in tarot. But we upright it, just like this. So now this story is ready, and this story is ready, except for the Angel card. Each story gets an Angel Oracle card. And then we're ready to go, guys. Nice and easy reading for my Saggies this month. Let me make sure you can see it all right here. Rip this off of there. Story 1. Story 2. Let's do it. Let's get to work, Saggy. There we go. Okay. Story 1. Let's get into it. Story 1. We start with the moon card. That is not the moon cycles. Do not be confused with the moon cycles. The moon card means weird, mysterious energy. Has nothing to do with the moons except for the moonlight. You know, the moonlight casts weird shadows on things. You don't see things very clearly, even though you can kind of see. You can't see like you can with the sun. When the sun is out, you can see things very clearly, very sharp, a lot of clarity involved. The moon casts some shadows. It's a little weird, mysterious energy going on. So this is my connector card. So this may be how some of you Saggies are feeling in April. Maybe you're a little clouded about something. Something just feels weird or off or mysterious. If that's the case, you could very well be with me in story 1. If not, hang with me. We got one more story to go. So that's what we start with. Now, they do show a card here that means brand new chapter in your life. That is basically here. or coming very, very soon. This card also can mean long distance travel. Some of you may be doing some of that in the month of April, but for most of my audience, this is going to be about a card about, hey, you know what? You're ready for this new chapter in your life. If you look at your life like a book, the different chapters break it up into different parts of your life, major moments in your life. And here we're starting a new chapter for a lot of my Sagittariuses, and that's happening in April. It's a very empowering thing because you get to write what this chapter is about, more than likely a very large portion of it. Of course, there's some of it that is left up to spirit, left up to fate and the stars, but for the in-between stuff, I call it the stuff between the outline. The stuff that you've come here to do and to learn, and then you have all the details. We fill in those details with our free will, what we want to spend our time doing. Speaking of spending our time doing, they bring in here another person that usually means siblings to me, or very close family, also very close friends, coming up in your April. So maybe this is spending more time with a person like that, maybe somebody that you don't see very often. Maybe it ties back into that long distance travel too, going a long distance to see a close friend, family member, something like that. We also have new money coming in. That's a good kind of offshoot. Doesn't really have to do with the story, but Spirit told me to attach it. So we have new money coming in, new possibilities. That's wonderful to see. I've seen this come up before for like a new house, a new car, a new investment of some form. So very, that's usually a good thing when we have new money or new things to be excited about. Being excited is good. Now, we close with our angel card here with this claircognizance. This is basically saying, pay attention. In the card it says, pay attention to your thoughts, ideas that come to you. They are answered prayers. So it's basically saying you need to look for the signs here. We have signage going on here. Pay attention to it because they're saying you're connected enough to pay attention to these signs to get these messages. This is their way of communicating to you. This is their language, and they're saying, hey, you know what? You have to have your ears open to hear the words, or in this case, eyes to see the signs, to understand and interpret what they're trying to say about this new money and about this clouded situation. And you know what? Going back to the clouded situation, if you don't have all the answers or you don't know fully the way things are going, what should be done, I say do nothing. I say sometimes less is more. If you don't have all the information, you don't want to make decisions based on that. You want to wait until you know more, until things clear up a little bit more, that get the sunlight shining a little bit brighter, greater, to illuminate what is going on so that you can make the best decisions possible for you. Now, before we get into story 2, I'm going to break away to do your moon cycles because, well, let me just kind of look, take a peek ahead. We got some new love in there coming in on a block. That is going to be new moon energy. So I want to get your moon cycles right now. We're going to break away for that. Also tell you about the brand new gemstone in the shop. Okay guys, it is moon cycle forecast time. Very simple set of moon cycles this month. Going to be a very quick pull. Also going to tell you about a brand new gemstone in the shop. But first, those moon cycles. The moon cycles are starting to move through earlier in the months. So now we have the full moon that hits first in April. That comes through April 6th. That is the peak, which basically means from April 1 through about the 10th, it's going to be very strong energy for getting things out of your life. That is what the full moon does. I call it the garbage truck of the universe. Get anything out of your life that you don't want there. Use that energy to your benefit. It's already out there. The energy is already there with the moon. Might as well use it to your benefit. Much easier to walk downstairs than walk upstairs, swim downstream than swim against the current. That's what the moon cycles do for you. So it doesn't matter what you're trying to get out of your life either. The universe does not care whether this is breaking habits, whether this is getting rid of people. Some of you actually have to get rid of people and some cordage in your life, and all that stuff doesn't matter what it is. Much better placed early in April. Even if it's cleaning out a closet, a garage, getting rid of old things, maybe you got to sell something. That is all full moon energy, much better placed early in April. Adversely, we have the new moon, which comes through April 20th. April 20th is the key there. I can't say to focus on bringing new stuff in the end of the month anymore because the 20th is moved up far enough here where, the end of the month is getting more back into some full moon energy. So the focus for bringing new things into your life, manifesting in things that weren't there before, is the third week of April. April 20th is the apex. It doesn't have to be on the 20th though. Any kind of time around there. Let's call it the 15th through the 25th. Pretty strong vibration there for bringing new things in, whether you're trying to attract brand new love, whether you're trying to do something new with work, get a new job, do something new in the health corner, or do something new with your money. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's brand new, it's much better placed under the new moon, peaking on April 20th, but anytime right around there is key. And like I said, don't wait too long into the month to get something new going, because if you do, you're going to bump into that full moon energy eking its way through from May, and we don't want to do that. So that is your moon cycles, guys. Like I said, short and sweet there, but let's talk about the gemstone. I'm really proud to bring this one to you here. This is the first gemstone that is in the shop that is actually a permanent part of the Scott Sagent table, and it's right here. It's a little piece of sodalite. Sodalite is the gemstone for this month of April that we are releasing and debuting for the month. And sodalite is, I call it my wisdom stone. It is good for many different things. I'm going to be posting that on the shop page of my little research bracket there, my little graphic with all the great things sodalite does for health, for metaphysics, and for the whole bit. I call it my wisdom stone. It's sitting right underneath my ruby record keeper. So we have wisdom on top of wisdom there. And this is a wonderful stone that you guys will enjoy. And the full write-up is available on scottsagent.com. Check that out. You guys will love it. Let's get back to your reading. Okay, Sagittarius, we are back with story number 2. Story number 2, the first card to connect to, is a card about a small success. This is a card about getting things together, getting things dialed in, getting it in a row, maybe a little check mark, getting something done, a little accomplishment, small victory. Small victories add up to big victories, so they should not be discounted or discredited. Hey, it's going good. They also show somebody kind of looking over your shoulder here a little bit, so that's information for some of you, you'll understand. For the rest of you, you're trying to get things in order here. We have a lot of order and organization going on in April. That can be very much the theme of your month too. That's what it's all about here in April, is getting things together if you're here with me in story 2. And of course, if you're at story 1, the story is probably, less about you, but you may be able to find parts of here that you can implement into your month as well. Because it's very interesting to see that the web that they weave is goes through multiple different stories in different ways. In this one, we have a kind of a simpler set because we just have 2, but it's no different. It doesn't change the rules whatsoever. So we have getting things in order, and that can also be the advice if you're not doing it, saying, hey, there's no better opportunity than April to kind of organize and get your life together, especially those of you who are trying to do something with work, because it is a Wands card, and Wands ties me into the work corner, which is work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement, spending time, learning stuff, hobbies and interests, all that fall into the work corner. So keep that in mind, guys. The next thing they show here is a heartbreak card, but it is kind of the weird heartbreak, and it is stinging it's kind of affecting mental health here. It's kind of affecting your mental focus, your mental clarity, something like that. And of course, for some of you, this can be an actual loss. Some of you may have lost a family member, a pet, something like that, or you feel that kind of same sting in a similar way. Now, this is usually more of a witnessing thing, so it's not like you directly. It's not like where you were broken up with and you are feeling the sting. It's more of like you observing the sting here in this deck that they wanted me to use for you, which is my geometric deck. It's what I call it. So this could also be like if a friend of yours is going through something really terrible. Their boyfriend broke up with them and now their life is in ruin, something like that. So that would be you observing and witnessing what is going on. So that's what they show. Now, they want to bring attention to and reiterate here that you are very much a key to this. Even though it's not you necessarily, they say that you have your eyes on this and this person really follows your direction, attention. So they bring up, leading your flock here with the Hierophant card, doing things the right way, keeping things purified. No toxicity can be involved here in case there's anything with that. Toxic situations, bad people. We got to cut those cords. We can't have none of that going on. And they also kind of infer here that this is a stressful situation because they bring in breathe. So they bring in breathe to tell you, to remind you to breathe, and that it's going to be okay. Or this person, whoever this is, that's very attached to you. So it says, take several deep breaths, exhale slowly, awaken your energy, and release old patterns. Well, that makes me feel like releasing old baggage that we talked about, not just here in this story, but also in your moon cycle. So in case you missed that, go back about that full moon energy and getting things out of your life with that garbage truck energy. That's what breathe is about. It's about purging, getting rid of stuff, guys. And this can be in any factor of your life, any corner really. This could be about getting something out of your health. Let's say you got to cut out sugar. Let's say you got to cut out the extra coffee that you're doing. Whatever it is that you need to cut out. This can be an attachment to bring up old patterns for wherever it presents itself. Now we do have a little bit more information here below. We have the Emperor card coming in on a block, which is really the need to be authoritative. So Spirit is asking you guys, Saggies here, to really step up, to elevate your people, really to help others. And of course, some of this may be you, but I feel like it's more about others here in story 2 for my Saggies. I really do. And then they bring in new love on a block. So that is finding that there is hope beyond this. So this is what you either convey to the other person, or this can also be directly to you, that we have new love coming in, but it's just like kind of fragmenting itself in. It's not like fully here, but it's starting to present itself. So we're either kind of like talking to people, we're getting to know people. For some of you that are, single and something like that, or it's saying that, my singles it's going to get better later, but it's not here right now. But it is starting to eke into your April. So maybe this starts to present itself better, greater in late April, something like that. And for the rest of you, this is just, maybe the warm and fuzzy isn't there right now, but it is starting to present itself. Even if you're coupled up, relationshiped up, this new love is going to break. It's going to turn into full flowing new love, and it's not doing that yet. Maybe May, maybe late April, something like that. So let's get into your runestone, guys, and that's going to end what has been a very short but precise reading. Those two stories I feel like were extremely specific. These are already mixed up. Give them one more swirl. I always do that. And then here we go with the runestone for my great Saggies. It's going to be this one right here. And make sure I hold it the right way. I believe it goes this way. If I hold it the wrong way, I'll show you both ways here. But this is the runestone of breakthrough. This is breaking through ground here. It is like really an accomplishment. That's where we started in story 2. We talked about that accomplishment, getting things organized and in order. We have breakthrough there. We have breakthrough over here with money in story 1, breaking through there. And also that these prayers are getting answered here. You guys are getting into this new chapter, breaking through into it. It's basically you come crashing into it. It doesn't just ease its way in. It's a breakthrough. It is a quick shifting change going on here, and breakthrough can even be spending time with your family and loved ones, because there is no higher vibration than that. That is as good as it gets, guys. So that concludes what has been a very good, precise reading for Sagittarius. Hopefully you know what story is yours, and we can get through your month in strength and in confidence and hit April. Not just April, but moving into May, when these delay stuff start to come around and you get authoritative with stuff. This is just going to be a very good look for Sagittarius, and that's why we get such a short reading today. So that is it, guys. Have a great April. I'll talk to you in May. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. Take care.